Welcome back to Eyewitness News this morning. We're joined by Chris O'Hara here to answer your legal questions. And we do have a caller on the line already with a question. So, hey, caller, you can ask your question now to Chris.
Thank you. I am calling to ask, what should I do to further have someone investigate my son's death when he has not gotten any justice from the DA back in the year of '09?
Well, if it's a murder case, if it's a situation where they investigated for that purpose and they didn't, I guess, come up with a suspect or have any evidence to show that they thought that there was somebody responsible for the death, they still have the ability to bring that case, and the investigation can continue to be ongoing. I would suggest that you continue to contact either local law enforcement or the district attorney's office and make sure that they continue to investigate in the case and continue to make sure that that's ongoing, so that hopefully that at some point for yourself that there's justice that can be brought in the matter, and that maybe at some point that you could obviously that there could be a day in court for your son's death.
And that was obviously, she said 2009. There's no statute of limitations on murder. The reason there are a lot of cold cases and that they're still being investigated. That's
correct. And sometimes it can take law enforcement a long period of time. In a normal criminal case, you may have it to where it's 5-year statute of limitations. But in a situation where it's a murder case, usually because of the severity of it, there isn't a statute of limitations, as you saw in the Scott Roeder case, BTK case, where years later they ultimately brought the case and were able to charge him. So the investigation can continue to be ongoing, but I would suggest that you maintain contact with the law enforcement officials or district attorney's office just so that they are reminded of the situation.
Chris, we're also following a couple of the big stories that this week were 2 more officer-involved shootings, 2 more deadly officer-involved shootings. These are especially difficult to talk about, I guess. I don't know, especially in the legal world. What are the next steps for right now? Police have given their side and family giving theirs.
Well, and you hope that, obviously that all the information that's given regarding the situation comes out so that, the proper steps can be made as to whether or not the officer needs to be charged in the situation. Obviously, nobody wants to see anybody lose their life over a traffic stop or over any other situation. You hope when, if somebody disagrees with the reason why they're being stopped or why they may be apprehended, that they can keep their cool and learn from all these other situations, and then ultimately there are mechanisms that we can challenge through our system, and that's in court in order to have your day in court and to challenge what the officers are doing.
All right. Thanks so much, Chris. Pretty hairy situation there. We'll see you guys back here after this break.